Everyone wants to become rich and retire early, but almost nobody understands how simple wealth building really works when you stay consistent and patient. Today I show you exactly how to go from $0 to $1 million using index funds in different time frames. Make John. John starts with nothing, zero savings, zero investments. His goal is clear, build $1 million so he can have freedom, dime, and a life where money is not stress. Because with $1 million, even a small return can change everything. Using the 4% rule, that can give around $40,000 per year, or about $3,300 per month. That means basic freedom. To reach this, John uses simple tools called index funds. One follows the biggest companies in the market, like the S&P 500. One tracks the whole market for safety. Another can be more growth-focused. Together, they build balance between safety and growth. In the easy path, John invests small amounts every month. It feels slow, but compounding starts working quietly over time. Years pass, and money begins to grow on its own. In the mid-path, John adds more money each month. Growth becomes faster, but he must give more of his income. In the extreme path, John invests aggressively and puts in a lot every month. Wealth grows fast, but the risk is higher and stress is stronger. Now compare it. Small money takes more time. Bigger money takes less time. But both rely on the same market growth. The real truth is simple, time is the cheapest way to build wealth. If you have time, let the market work. If you don't, you must work harder. So the choice is clear. If you have time, go slow and steady. If you have money, you can go faster. Before we talk about building wealth, you need to understand what retirement actually costs in real life. Most people think retirement means being super rich, buying luxury cars, or living in a mansion. But that is not the real picture for most people. A more realistic way to understand retirement is something called the 4% rule. It is very simple. It says if you have money invested, you can safely take out about 4% each year to live on, without running out too fast. So imagine you have $1 million invested. If you take 4% from it every year, that is about $40,000 per year. In simple math, it looks like this, 0.04 por un millón igual a 40,000. Now break that down. $40,000 per year becomes around $3,300 per month. That is the money you could use for food, rent, transport, and normal living. In many places, this already gives you a basic comfortable life without needing a job. This is important because retirement is not about showing off. It is about freedom. It is about waking up and not being forced to work just to survive. It is about choosing how you spend your day. Retirement does not always mean yachts, private jets, or expensive vacations every month. For most people, true retirement is much simpler. It means your time is yours again. No boss. No alarm clock stress. No fear of not having money for basic needs. That is why $1 million is such a powerful number. Not because it makes you rich in a flashy way, but because it can give you control over your life. Once you understand this, everything changes. You stop chasing random money goals and start focusing on building something stable. Because now you see the real goal is not just money, it is freedom. And once you see retirement like this, the journey to build it starts to make a lot more sense. Now that John understands what retirement really means, the next question is simple. What tools does he actually use to get there? It does not try to guess which company will become the next big winner. It does not chase random stocks or follow hype online. Instead, he uses 3 simple index funds that do most of the work for him. The first one is a total market fund. These can be something like an S&P 500 or a total US market fund. It includes many of the biggest companies in the country. This becomes the strong foundation of his portfolio. It is stable compared to most investments and grows slowly over time with the economy. The second one is an international fund. This one spreads money outside one country. It gives access to companies from different parts of the world. The main idea is simple: if one country is struggling, another may still be growing. This helps reduce risk and keeps the portfolio balanced. The third one is a growth fund. This one focuses on faster-growing companies. It can bring higher returns, but it also moves up and down more. It is not always stable, but it gives the portfolio more power to grow faster over time. When John combines these three, something important happens. He stops trying to find the perfect stock. He stops gambling on predictions. Instead, he buys the whole market and lets time do the heavy lifting. This is a big mental shift. Most people stay broke because they chase trends, jump from one idea to another, and try to get rich fast. But wealthy people usually do the opposite. They buy assets that grow slowly but steadily over time. So John's mindset changes. He is no longer trying to beat the market. He is becoming the market. Now John looks at the easiest way to build his $1 million goal. This is the slow but powerful path. In this path, John does not need a big salary. He starts by investing a small amount every month. It could be $50, $100, or whatever he can afford after his basic needs. The key is not the amount. The key is consistency. He also understands that this is a long journey. It is not something that happens in 1 or 2 years. It may take 20, 30, or even more years. But the important part is that he is moving forward every month, no matter what. At first, the growth looks very small. Sometimes it even feels useless. But something is happening quietly in the background. His money is starting to grow on its own. This is called compounding. Compounding means his money starts earning more money. Then that new money also starts earning money. Over time, this builds faster and faster, like a snowball rolling down a hill. At the beginning, the snowball is tiny. It almost looks like nothing. But as it keeps rolling, it gets bigger, heavier, and stronger. After many years, it becomes massive without him lifting it again. This path is not for people who want fast results. It is for people who understand patience. It is for people who may not have a lot of money right now, but are willing to stay consistent for a long time. In simple terms, this path is for people with more patience than income. Yon realizes something powerful here. It does not need to be rich today. It just needs to stay disciplined long enough for time to do its job. And slowly, his small monthly steps start turning into something much bigger than he expected. Now John looks at a faster option. This is the mid path, also called the balanced wealth path. In this path, John starts to invest more money every month. Instead of small amounts, he pushes himself a little harder. Maybe he increases his savings from $100 to $300, or even more depending on his income. The goal here is simple: speed things up. He also adjusts his portfolio slightly. It is still mostly index funds, but now he is a bit more focused on growth. This means he accepts a little more risk in exchange for faster progress. Because of this, the timeline becomes shorter. What may have taken 25 or 30 years in the easy path could now take 15 to 20 years. It is still a long journey, but clearly faster. But here is the important truth John learns: everything has a trade-off. To retire faster, you either need more money invested, or more time. There is no third option. If you do not want to wait long, you must put in more money. If you cannot put in more money, you must wait longer. Both paths work. But they require different sacrifices. This path starts to feel real for many people. It is not extreme, and it is not too slow either. It fits people who are growing in life. People who are building their careers, starting side hustles, or trying to move up in their jobs. It is for the ambitious worker who says, I don't want to wait forever, but I also cannot risk everything. Yon sees himself in this path. He is earning more now, learning more, and slowly increasing his investments. It is not easy, but it feels possible. And that feeling matters. Because when a path feels realistic, people are more likely to stay consistent. So John continues forward, knowing that every extra dollar he invests today is cutting years off his future waiting time. Now John looks at the most intense option. This is the extreme path, also called the 10-year sprint. In this path, everything changes. John is no longer saving a little. He is saving a lot. Sometimes he is investing 50% or even more of his income. These require serious discipline and focus every single month. His lifestyle also changes. He starts cutting many things that most people see as normal. He eats out less. He avoids unnecessary spending. He chooses a smaller apartment so he can save more. Every decision is made with one goal in mind: speed up his freedom. At the same time, he works harder. Maybe he takes extra jobs. Maybe he builds side income. The goal is simple: increase money flowing in, and push as much as possible into investments. But this path is not easy at all. It demands sacrifice. It means saying no to comfort now, so that future freedom comes faster. And this is where John feels the pressure. Because this path is powerful, but it is not for everyone. It looks attractive on paper. Retire in 10 years instead of 30. But the cost is real. It can feel like constant effort, constant discipline, and constant self-control. This path creates emotional tension. John understands what he is doing. He is trying to compress decades of wealth building into a single decade. That means every month matters. Every decision matters. There is very little room for mistakes. So many people can handle this level of focus. They are highly driven, highly disciplined, and willing to sacrifice comfort for speed. But many people cannot maintain it for long. John realizes something important. Faster is possible, but it comes with pressure. And if he burns out, the whole plan can fail. So even though the extreme path is powerful, he knows it must be chosen carefully. Because building wealth is not just about speed, it is also about sustainability. Now John steps back and looks at all three paths side by side. This is where everything becomes clear. In the easy path, the monthly contribution is small. The time required is long, sometimes 25 to 30 years. The growth is steady but slow. The lifestyle is comfortable because there is no big pressure, but progress feels quiet and patient. In the mid-path, the monthly contribution is higher. The time becomes shorter, around 15 to 20 years. The growth is faster because more money is working in the market. The lifestyle feels balanced, but there is some pressure because John must manage his spending more carefully. In the extreme path, the monthly contribution is very high. The time can drop to around 10 years or even less. The growth is very fast, but the lifestyle becomes very difficult. It requires strict control, less comfort, and constant discipline. When John sees all three together, he understands something important. Each path is not just about money. It is about how you want to live while building wealth. This comparison helps him see himself clearly. Some people will choose the slow path because they value comfort. Some will choose the middle because they want balance. And the few will choose the extreme because they want speed no matter the sacrifice. But no matter which path is chosen, one truth stays the same. The market rewards consistency more than intelligence. It does not matter how smart someone is if they cannot stay invested. It does not matter how many strategies someone knows if they keep quitting early. The people who win are the ones who stay consistent for years, not the ones who try to be perfect. John realizes that success is not about picking the best path on paper. It is about choosing a path he can actually stick to without giving up. And once he understands that, the decision becomes much simpler. Now John reaches the final question. Which path should he choose? The answer is not the same for everyone. It depends on your situation in life. If you are young, you have a big advantage. You should use time. Even small investments can grow into something huge if you stay consistent for many years. If you are older, you may not have as much time, but you can use income. You can invest more each month to speed up the process and still reach financial freedom. If you are busy, the best option is to automate everything. Set up your investments so money goes in automatically every month. That way, you do not rely on motivation. If you are ambitious, you can increase your savings rate. You can push harder, earn more, and invest more to reach your goal faster. But you must stay balanced so you do not burn out. But here is something very important John learns. Your first investment does not need to be huge. It just needs to happen. Even a small step is enough to start the journey. The biggest mistake is not starting at all. Many people think they need perfect timing or a perfect plan. But that is not true. Progress starts with action, even if it is small. And when John thinks about everything, he realizes a powerful truth. The people who become financially free are not usually smarter than everyone else. They are not always lucky. They are simply the ones who start earlier and stay consistent longer. That is the real difference. Now the path is clear. The only question left is, what will you do with what you just learned? If this made sense to you, subscribe for more simple breakdowns like this. And comment below which path you would choose, easy, mid, or extreme. This content is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Investing always carries risk, and returns are not guaranteed. The examples used are simplified to help understanding and may not reflect real market performance. Before making any financial decisions, you should do your own research or speak with a qualified financial advisor. See you in the next video.